A happy morning to all the viewers. I, K. Deepa, Principal, Model School, Lakkaram Chautuppal, Yadadri District, feel privileged to introduce today's speaker, Mrs. Sai Ishwari, Principal, Model School, Munagala, Suryapet District. Children, you are familiar with Madam as she has already taken up the earlier two sessions on theory of equations, Mathematics 2A, in which Madam has given us a clear introduction and explanation about the coefficient and roots relation, how to solve an equation in using synthetic division method, also trial and error method, and if the roots are in the form of AP, GP and HP, then how to solve a cubic equation. These topics were covered in the earlier two sessions, children. You might have gone through it. So, in continuation with these two sessions, today, Madam will be continuing with transformation of equations, reciprocal equations. This is the last session on theory of equations. As I earlier told you that this is a very easy and simple chapter. So children, make use of this opportunity and try to score more marks in your examination. Now over to you, ma'am. Please continue.
Thank you, Deepa ma'am. Good morning to all the students, to all the viewers. Hope you remember we have been doing with theory of equations. And this is part 3 of theory of equations. And today, what is that we are going to learn? So today we are going to see about theory of equations. And let us recap a little bit of what we have learned previously. Previously, we have seen that the reciprocal equations to be solved where the roots are given in AP, GP and HP, and how to solve them. We have also seen the algorithms, and now we are going to move on to the application part of theory of equations, where we are going to see the different transformations of equations and also how to solve reciprocal equations. Children, this theory of equations is not only important in the examination point of view, but wherever you have an equations to solve, it can be in physics, it can be in chemistry, anywhere, wherever you have to solve an equation. These are the basics that we have to remember to solve this equation. So here we go. Sorry, I think I have a bit problem with my presentation. Just give me a moment. So what are we going to learn today? We're going to revise with AP, GP, HP problems, revise synthetic division, and look into the synthetic division. Then we will be seeing transformation of equations and then reciprocal equations. So this is the whole.
Madam, please continue.
So what are we going to learn today? We are going to revise with AP, GP, HP problems, revise synthetic division, revise problems using synthetic division, then transformation of equations and reciprocal equations. So this is the whole lot that we're going to learn today. Now let us revise how to solve a cubic equation whose roots are in AP. Given f of x equal to 0 has roots which are in AP, I hope children you remember, we have to assume the roots to be alpha equal to a minus d, beta equal to a, and gamma equal to a plus d. Then we have to go ahead with S1, S2, S3, that is the relation between the coefficients and the roots of the equation. Similarly, to solve cubic equations of the form ax cubed plus bx squared plus ax plus d equal to 0, whose roots are in GP, then we have to assume the roots to be alpha equal to a by gamma, beta is equal to a, and gamma is equal to AR. Sorry, alpha equal to a by r, beta equal to a, and gamma equal to AR. And again, write S1, S2, S3, which gives you the relation between the coefficients of the equation and the roots. So using those equations, you get alpha, beta, gamma, which are the roots of the required equation. Similarly, to solve cubic equations whose roots are in HP, given f of x equal to 0 has roots which are in HP, f of x is of the form ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d equal to 0, which has roots in HP. We have to evaluate f of 1 by x. That is, in the place of x, we have to put 1 by x and transform the entire equation whose roots will be in AP. Once the roots are in AP, again you have to follow the procedure of the roots in AP. That is, assume alpha is equal to a minus d, beta is equal to a, gamma is equal to a plus d. Now, again, you can solve by finding S1, S2, S3 and get the values of alpha, beta, gamma. Now let us see how we do synthetic division. Here there is an example which revises the synthetic division method. You have to find the quotient and remainder using synthetic division when x power 4 minus 6x cubed plus 3x squared plus 26x minus 24 is divided by x minus 4. The divisor here is x minus 4 and the dividend is x power 4 minus 6x cubed plus 3x squared plus 26x minus 24. I hope you remember you have to write the coefficients of the dividend here in an order. That is, start with the highest degree, and as you move, if some degree is missing, there you have to place 0. Otherwise, you have to place all the coefficients in order. Here you can see the quotient of x power 4 is 1, which is placed here. The quotient of x cube is minus 6. Quotient of x squared is 3. Quotient of x is 26. And the constant is minus 24. Now, after placing all these coefficients, the divisor is x minus 4. And so the divisor here is 4. Now, after taking the divisor as 4, the first thing that you do is you will place a 0 below the first coefficient, that is 1 here. Now, we have to add this column. That is 1 plus 0 gives us 1. Then 1 into 4, this is the multiplication we have to do. 1 into 4 and place the result 4 under the next coefficient. Now again add this column. Minus 6 plus 4 gives us minus 2. Again minus 2 into 4 multiplication. Minus 8 is placed under the next coefficient. And then adding these two things, we get 3 minus 8 as minus 5. Now again minus 5 into 4 is minus 20. So 26 minus 20 is 6. Again, 6 into 4 is 24, which is placed under the last coefficient. Adding on these two things, we get minus 24 plus 24 as 0. And the last thing that we get is taken as a remainder, and the remaining part is read as the coefficient of x cubed, x squared, x, and constant, because x power 4 here is divided by x, and so the quotient will start with x cubed. So here the quotient is x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6, and the remainder is 0. This is we use synthetic division or Horner's method to divide a given polynomial with a monomial. Now, let us move on to the transformation of equations. Now here, what do we mean by transformation of equations? Here we are going to mean by either changing the sign or replacing the root or adding some constant to the root, dividing the root by some constant. So what are the changes that are going to happen with that equation? That comes under transformation of equations. The first stage here is roots with a change of sign. Now, if alpha 1, alpha 2, so on alpha n are the roots of a polynomial equation of the form f of x equal to 0, then minus alpha 1 minus alpha 2, so on minus alpha n will be the roots of f of minus x is equal to 0. This is the transformation 1 that we are going to learn here. So initially f of x equal to 0 has alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n as roots. Now the roots have changed their sign. If the roots change their sign, the equation also changes its sign. So it is f of minus x equal to 0. Now the other way around is also true. If f of minus x is equal to 0, then minus alpha 1 minus alpha 2 so on minus alpha n will be the roots of this equation. So here let us see an example related to this change of sign. Find the polynomial equation of degree 4 whose roots are negatives of x power 4 minus 6x cubed plus 7x square minus 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So here what are we asked to do? We are asked to find a polynomial equation whose roots are negatives of these roots. That is, the roots of this equation, if you assume as alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4, because the degree is 4 here, and we have to find the equation whose roots are minus alpha 1 minus alpha 2 minus alpha n, which means here in the place of x, you only have to simply put minus x. So here this is assumed as f of x. The given equation is assumed as f of x. Now we have to find f of minus x. That is simply replace x by minus x. And so we get the transformed equation as x power 4 plus 6x cubed plus 7x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 0, whose roots will be the negative roots of the given equation. That is, suppose the equation has 1, 2, 3, 4 as roots, then this equation will have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 as roots. That is what we mean here by negatives of the roots. Now, let us see the next transformation. Here, the roots will be multiplied by a number. What do we mean by that again? If alpha 1, alpha 2, so on alpha n are the roots of f of x equal to 0, then for any non-zero complex number k, the roots of f of x by k equal to 0 are k alpha 1, k alpha 2, so on k alpha n. So originally, the roots are alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n. These roots are now multiplied by a constant called k, and we have k alpha 1, k alpha 2, so on k alpha n. Then what is the equation, transformed equation? It is simply f of x by k equal to 0. Now let us watch one more example, which is utilizing this concept. Find an algebraic equation of degree 4 whose roots are 3 times the roots of the equation. So here the constant is 3. So the roots alpha 1, alpha 2, so on are multiplied by 3. So what is the equation which has 3 alpha 1, 3 alpha 2, 3 alpha 3, so on as roots? That is what we have to find. So what is that we are going to do? Take this as f of x. Now, according to the theorem that we have seen, we have to replace x by 3. So what will be f of x by 3? Now, f of x by 3 is simply replacing x by 3. So it is 6 into x by 3 whole power 4 minus 7 into x by 3 whole cube plus 8 into x by 3 whole square minus 7 into x by 3 plus 1. Sorry, there's a 2 here, but it is 1. So in all these things, you will find 3 power 4 common. If you remove all those 1 by 3 power 4 common, the remaining part will be 6x power 4 minus 21x cube plus 72x square minus 189x plus 162. It is a simple LCM that is taken as 3 power 4. So if you take the 3 power 4 to the other side, as this is an equation, we have 0. So the required equation is 6x power 4 minus 21x cube plus 72x square minus 189x plus 162 equal to 0 is the desired equation. That is, initially, if this equation 6x power 4 minus 7x cube so on has roots alpha, beta, gamma, delta, then this equation is going to have the roots alpha by 3, beta by 3, gamma by 3, and delta by 3. That is, the roots are 3 times the original roots. Now here we go on with the next concept. If alpha 1, alpha 2, so on alpha n are the roots of polynomial equation f of x equal to 0, then alpha 1 minus h, alpha 2 minus h, so on alpha n minus h are the roots of the equation f of x plus h is equal to 0. That is, a constant is being subtracted from each of these roots. Then here you can see the opposite thing is happening. Here h is subtracted, but in the equation h is added. This is the concept you must have observed even when you have done transformation of equations in your first year, where you have learned about translation of axis and rotation of axis. There the origin is being translated from 0, 0 to h, k. There also the same transformation happens. Now let us see an example how to translate the roots here. Find the polynomial equation of degree 5 whose roots are the translates of the roots x power 5 plus 4x cube minus x square plus 11 equal to 0 by minus 3. So according to the previous theory, what we have to do? We have to replace each of the x by x plus 3, because here the translation is minus 3. You need to change the sign and take. That is x plus 3. Now replace x by x plus 3. We get x plus 3 whole power 5, 4 into x plus 3 whole cube, minus x plus 3 whole square plus 11 equal to 0. So on simplifying the above equation, we get this equation x power 5 plus 15x power 4 plus 94x cube plus 305x square plus 507x plus 353 equal to 0. Now how do we simplify? Now this simplification can be done in 2 ways. Either you can find this x plus 3 whole power 5, which is very strenuous and lengthy to do. So let us use synthetic division to get these coefficients. Now how are we going to use? Let us see. The first thing is that suppose f of x plus 3 is a0 x power 5, a1 x power 4, a2 x power 3, a3 x square plus a4 x power x plus a5. That is, this is a transformed equation because the root has been translated here by 3. So f of x plus 3 is going to have a0, a1, a2, a3, a4, a5 as coefficients. Now our job is to find these coefficients, is it not? So how are we going to find these coefficients? This is we are going to do transformation of equations. The first thing is, let us take the coefficients of the given equation in order. So the coefficients are 1, 0, 4, minus 1, 0, 11. You have to translate it by minus 3. Please remember you have to take the opposite sign. Now again the synthetic division, put 0 under the first coefficient and add. So 1 plus 0 gives you 1. 1 into 3, 3. Again 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 3s are 9, which is placed under the next quotient. Again 4 plus 9 is 13. Again 13 into 3, 39. 39 minus 1 is 38. 38 into 3 is 114. 0 plus 114 is 114. 114 into 3 is 342. 342 plus 11 is 353. This is the A5th coefficient. That is, I got the constant now. Now let us move on with the synthetic division with the same 3 as translate. Again, repeat the same process for this particular quotient. Again, put 0 under the first quotient. 1, 1 into 3, 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 into 3, 18 is placed under the next quotient. 13 plus 18 is 31. 31 into 3, 93. 38 plus 93, 131. 131 into 3, 393. Now 114 plus 393 gives us 507, which is A4, that is the quotient of x. Again, repeat the same process with the quotient that is remaining here. Again, put 0 under the first quotient. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 into 3, 3. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 3s are 27. 31 plus 27 is 58. 58 into 3, 174. 131 plus 174 gives you 305, which is A3. Right? Now let us repeat this process again. So again, place 0 under the first quotient. 1 plus 0 gives us 1. 1 into 3, 3. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 3s are 36. 58 plus 36 is 94, and 94 is A2. Now again, on repeating this process, we get 1 under 1, we are going to put 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 into 3, 3. 12 plus 3 is 15, and 15 is A1. Now here, the last thing that we do is again put 0 under the first quotient, and that gives us 1 plus 0, 1, which is A0. So A0 is 1, A1 is 15, A2 is 94, A3 is 305, A4 is 507, A5 is 353. So how to read the equation? It is going to be x power 5 plus 15x squared, x power 4, 94x cubed, 305x squared, 507x plus 353 is equal to 0, whose roots have been translated by the given equation by minus 3. Isn't that an easy method? Just something like a ladder, is it not? But a very nice way of devising this. So this is you can translate. So here is one more example for your clarity. Here we have to find the algebraic equation of degree 4, whose roots are the translates of the roots 4x power 4 plus 32x cubed plus 83x squared plus 76x plus 21 equal to 0 by 2. So we have to translate the roots by 2. So straight away we are assuming the transformed equation as a0 x power 5, a1 x power 4, a2 x cubed, a3 x squared, a4 equal to 0, whose quotients are obtained by synthetic division at this property. So all that we have to do is divide by 2. So 4 plus 0, 4. Again, 4 2s are 8. 32 plus 8, 40. 42s are 80. 83 plus 80 is 163. 163 into 2, 326. So 76 plus 326 is 402. 402 into 2 is 804. 804 plus 21 gives us 825. Again, put 0 under the first quotient. 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 2s are 8. 40 plus 8, 48. 48 into 2, 96. 163 plus 96, 259. 259 into 2, 518. 402 plus 518 is 920. Now again, repeat the process. Put 0 under the first quotient. 4 plus 0, 4. 4 2s are 8. 58 plus 8, 56. 56 into 2, 112. 259 plus 112 is 371. Again, repeat the process. 4 plus 0, 4. 4 2s are 8. 56 plus 8 is 64. And the last step, again, put 0 under 4. 4 plus 0 is 4. Now this is A0. A1 is 64. A2 is 371. A3 is 920. A4 is 825. Hence the equation is 4x power 4 minus 13x squared plus 9 equal to 0. So here, let's go with the reciprocal roots. Now, what is happening with the reciprocal roots? Reciprocal means you're going to take the roots as 1 by alpha, 1 by alpha 2, 1 by alpha 3, so on, 1 by alpha n. Then how does the equation change? So let alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n be the roots of the polynomial equation f of x equal to 0. Suppose that none of them is 0, then 1 by alpha 1, 1 by alpha 2, 1 by alpha, so on, 1 by alpha n are the roots of the equation x power n f of 1 by x equal to 0. Now let us look into an example here. Find the polynomial equation whose roots are reciprocals of the roots of the equation x power 4 plus 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 2x minus 4 equal to 0. Assume this as f of x. Now here the equation is x power 4 f of 1 by x equal to 0 as the desired properties. that is simply replace x by x power 4 here. So you will get 1 by x power 4, 3 by x cube, minus 6 by x square, plus 2 by x minus 4 equal to 0. And taking LCM as x power 4, you will get, and by changing the sign, you will get 4x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 6x square minus 3x minus 1 equal to 0. So using this, we can go with a little extension. That is, if alpha is the root of f of x equal to 0, then alpha square is the root of f of root x equal to 0. Now, how do we use this? Find the polynomial equation whose roots are squares of the roots of x cube minus x square plus 8x minus 6 equal to 0. So here what is said, the roots are going to be squares. So you're going to do the opposite way. Assume the given equation as f of x. So f1 of x is x cubed plus 8x. And f2 of x is minus x square minus x. That is, we have split up here the odd powers as f1, the first and the third term, and minus x square minus 6, that is even powers as f2. F1 plus f2 will give you f of x. Is it not? Now here, f1 square minus f2 square is going to be x cube plus 8x whole square minus x square minus 6 whole square. Excuse me. Because here we are given the roots are the squares. So on expanding this, we get x square into x square plus 8. Here you can take x common. So the x whole square comes out common. So the remaining thing is x square plus 8 minus, if you take the minus common, it will become plus because of the square, and it will become x square plus 6 whole square. Now replacing x square by x in 1, we get g of x is equal to x into x plus 8 whole square minus x plus 6 whole square. Now on expanding this, we get x cube plus 15x square plus 52x minus 36, which is the equation that has the desired properties. That is, it will have the roots which are squares of the given roots. Now we go to the next important portion, that is reciprocal equations. Now in the previous equations also you have seen the reciprocal roots, where the roots are originally alpha 1, alpha 2, so on, alpha n. Then the roots are 1 by alpha 1, 1 by alpha 2, so on 1 by alpha n. Then what happens? A polynomial f of x of degree n greater than 0 is said to be reciprocal of f of 0 not equal to 0, and f of x is equal to a naught by f of 0 into x power n into f of 1 by x for all x belongs to C, which are not equal to 0, where a naught is the leading coefficient of f of x. If f of x is a reciprocal polynomial, then the equation f of x equal to 0 is said to be a reciprocal equation. So you must be getting confused with the entire definition. It is very simple. I hope you remember what are palindromes. Palindromes are nothing but the letters of the words which are similar from either side. Let me tell you an example in Telugu. Vikata Kavi. So if you spell Vikata Kavi, from either side, the spelling is going to be same. You have something like Kitiki, which is again the same. Is it not? So here, if you write the coefficients in order and they are palindromes, then such kind of equations are reciprocal equations. That is how you can remember. Okay. Now, there are types of reciprocal equations. Actually, there are two types. A reciprocal polynomial f of x of degree n with leading coefficients a naught is said to be of class 1 or class 2, according as f of 0 is equal to a naught or minus a naught. If f of x is a reciprocal polynomial equation of f of x equal to 0, is said to be a reciprocal equation of class 1 or class 2, according to it as a reciprocal polynomial of class 1 or class 2. Now, what is this of class 1 and what is class 2? So, suppose there is a polynomial equation which has a positive constant, then it is class 1. If it has a negative coefficient, minus a naught, then it is of class 2. It is as simple as that. Okay, so the leading coefficient is positive it is class 1. If the leading coefficient A naught is negative, then it is of class 2. That is what the definition says. Now, if it is class 1 and class 2, what happens? So the reciprocal equations are of two types, class 1 and class 2. If it is class 1 means what? F of 0 has to be A naught, that is plus A naught. If it is A naught, then we have two types of class 1 equations, that is odd degree class 1 and even degree class 1. If it is an odd degree class 1 equation, then the root is minus 1. You need not simply, go with trial and error method or not. Simply observe if f of 0 is positive A naught plus A naught, then the odd degree equation has root minus 1. Suppose what happens if it is an even degree, something of x power 4 or x power 6, something like that. Then here you have to take x plus 1 by x is equal to y, which you have been doing in finding the solutions of equations. Even in your 10th class, you have done a type of equations of this sort. Now what happens with class 2? Class 2 is what? If f of 0 is minus A naught, then these reciprocal equations are called as class 2 type. Now class 2 again has odd degree equations and even degree equations. If it is a class 2 odd degree equation, then the root is 1. If it is a class 2 even degree degree equation, then the roots are 1 and minus 1. So if you get a clue of this sort, our job is half done, because once we get one root, at least one root, we will be using synthetic division, divide the entire polynomial equation by that root and simplify the equation to a lower degree where you can solve in much easier way. So just to have that clue, these are hints that are given. Even if you don't know these hints, don't worry. Even with knowing also, you might be able to solve this. So here you can see a problem where a fifth degree equation is given, and you can see that the leading coefficient is positive. So we can say if I put f of 0, I will get minus 1. So it is of class 2. So if it is a class 2, as we have seen in the previous slide, the root is 1. So if the root is 1, x minus 1 is a factor. So if you get one root, immediately what we will do? We will divide that equation with that particular expression, x minus 1. So you can either go by regular division or divide it by 1 using synthetic division, and dividing the x power 5 degree with x minus 1, we will get x power 4 minus 4x cube plus 5x square minus 4x plus 1 as the quotient. Now we have to solve this fourth degree equation. Here also you can see this is also a reciprocal equation where the coefficients are 1, minus 4, 5, minus 4, 1. From this side also they are 1, minus 4, 5, minus 4, 1. And again you can see f of 0 is 1, which is positive, and this is an even degree equation. So even degree equation of class 1, we have to divide the entire equation by x square. So on dividing the equation by x square, we get x power 4 by x square is x square, minus 4 x cube by x square is 4x, 5x square by x square is 5, minus 4 by x square is minus 4 by x, plus 1 by x square. Now here let us pair up the squares together and the linear polynomials together. Now x square plus 1 by x square is a pair. If you take minus 4 common from these two terms, you have minus 4 into x plus 1 by x as one more pair. And of course, we are left with the constant 5. Now after this, we are going to assume this x plus 1 by x as a constant or another unknown y. So if I put x plus 1 by x is equal to y and square on both sides, I'll get x square plus 1 by x square plus 2 into x into 1 by x, where x can be cancelled. So I'll be left with x square plus 1 by x square as x plus 1 by x whole square minus 2. So this is y. sorry for the interruption. Here we have x plus 1 by x as y. So the above equation where we have x square plus 1 by x square can now be replaced by y square minus 2. Now this is y square minus 2 minus 4 into this x plus 1 by x can be replaced by y minus 4y plus 5 equal to 0. So this is y square minus 4y plus 5 minus 2 becomes plus 3. Now this is a quadratic equation where you can either solve by factorization or by using the formula. Here I have factorized and I got the factors y minus 3 and y minus 1 equal to 0, where y is either 3 or 1. Now what is y? Y is x plus 1 by x. So x plus 1 by x is either 3 or x plus 1 by x is 1. Now by taking LCM x into x square plus 1 by x is 3. Take the x to the other side. It gives you x square minus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. Do the same thing here. We get x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0. Now the roots are just the roots of these two quadratic equations where you can use the formula minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a to find the roots of these two equations. As this has rational, irrational roots, and this has complex roots as roots. Now, using that formula, we get the roots of the quadratic equations. And so, the roots of the original fifth degree equation are 1, 3 plus or minus root 5 by 2, 1 plus or minus I root 3 by 2. So, this is how you can solve even a fifth degree equation. Here, there's one more example. See, here also you have to solve this equation where if you observe the coefficients, they are 6, minus 35, 62, minus 35, 6. Again, from the other end, if you observe, it is again 6, minus 35, 62, minus 35, and 6, which are same from both sides. Is it not? So this is called a reciprocal equation. Now, if you observe that the given equation is a reciprocal equation and the degree here is 4. So this is an even degree equation of class 1 because if you put f of x equal to 0, I mean f of 0, you will get plus 6. If it is a positive one, it is class 1. Now, if it is class 1 even degree, the immediate thing that we do is you have to divide the given equation by x square and you have to get it to this form 6 into x square plus 1 by x square minus 35 into x plus 1 by x plus 62 equal 0. So no wasting of time with trial and error whether 1 will solve it or minus 1 will solve or 2 is going to solve. So in the previous class, if you remember, we have learned a trial and error method. Here there is no need of any trial or error because we have identified this as class 1 even degree reciprocal equation. So straight away you can divide it by x square. Assume this x plus 1 by x is equal to y. So that x square plus 1 by x square will become y square minus 2. And here in this place we are going to put y square minus 2. And in this place we are going to put y. So this equation is going to become 6 into y square minus 2 minus 35y plus 62 equal to 0. That is what you can see here. Now, in further simplification, we have 6y square, 6 into minus 2 minus 12 plus 62 will become plus 50. Now, on factorizing this, we will get 2y minus 5 into 3y minus 10 equal to 0. So, y here is 5 by 2 and 10 by 3. Now, what is y? Y is originally x plus 1 by x. So, x plus 1 by x is 5 by 2 or x plus 1 by x is 10 by 3. Now, on taking x as LCM, you will have x square plus 1 by x is equal to 5 by 2. And on cross multiplication, you will get 2x square minus 5x plus 2 equal to 0. Similarly, doing the same process to this equation, we get 3x square minus 10x plus 3 equal to 0. Now, these two are quadratic equations for which we can use minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. And on solving these two equations, we get 5 plus or minus root of b square, that is 5 square 25, minus 4ac, that is 4 into 2 into 2, 16. So 25 minus 16 is going to give us 9. Root 9 is 3. So this is 5 plus or minus 3 by 4. So 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is 8 by 4. 8 by 4 is 2. And again 5 minus 3 is 2. So 2 by 4 gives us 1 by 2. So here the first equation gives us the roots 2 and 1 by 2. Similarly, on solving this equation, here we have b as 10. So minus b is minus of minus 10 plus 10 plus or minus b square is 10 square 100 minus 4ac, that is 4 into 3 into 3. So 4 3s are 12, 12 3s are 36. 100 minus 36 is 64. 64 under root is 8. So 10 plus or minus 8 by 6. 10 plus 8 is 18 by 6, which is 3. And again 10 minus 8 is 2 by 6. 2 by 6 is 1 by 3. So what are the roots then finally? The roots are 2, 1 by 2, 3, and 1 by 3. So this is how we will solve a reciprocal equation. There's one more example here where it is a sixth degree equation. You can solve the equation 6x power 6 minus 25x power 5 plus 31x power 4 minus 31x square plus 25x minus 6 equal to 0. Now here if you observe that this is an even degree reciprocal equation. You have x power 6 and minus 6 f of 0 is giving you a negative number. So it is of class 2. A class 2 even degree, as we have discussed, has two roots. They are plus 1 and minus 1. So just by observing the equation, you will understand that it is of class 2 and it is of even degree. You got two roots. They are 1 and minus 1. Don't worry if you don't remember this concept also, you will go ahead with trial and error method where you will try with f of 1, then you will try with f of minus 1. Even then also you will get the remainder 0. You will use the remainder theorem and find these roots. Okay. So either way, this is just by observation, you get the roots, which will be helpful for you in your competitive exams. Okay. If you remember this class 1 and class 2 type, immediately you will get two roots here. Is it not? So there's no much waste of time. So once you get two roots, see x power 6 is the sixth degree equation and I got two roots. Now, when two roots are known, it is only our job is to find the next four roots. So here, this 6x power 6, the sixth degree equation, when divided by x plus 1 and x minus 1, will give us a fourth degree equation. And a fourth degree equation, as you can see, is a reciprocal equation of even degree of order 1, class 1. So it is only dividing it by x square. We obtain 6x square minus 25x plus 37 minus 25 by x plus 6 by x square equal to 0. Now pair up x square and 1 by x square. Then pair up x and 1 by x and the constant. You will get a format 6 into x square plus 1 by x square minus 25 into x plus 1 by x plus 37 equal to 0. And assuming that x plus 1 by x is equal to y, we will have x square plus 1 by x square as y square minus 2. So this equation will become 6 into y square minus 2 minus 25 into y plus 37 equal to 0. On further simplification, we get 6y square minus 25y plus 25 equal to 0. Now we can factorize this. The factors are minus 15y minus 10y. So you can take 3y common from the first two terms. It is 3y into 2y minus 5 and minus 5 common, which is 2y minus 5 equal to 0. So this is going to be 2y minus 5 into 3y minus 5 equal to 0. And so y we will get it as 5 by 2 and 5 by 3. So in the place of y, if you replace x plus 1 by x, automatically we will get 2x square minus 5x plus 2 equal to 0 and 3x square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0, which are again two quadratic equations. So these two quadratic equations can be solved either by factorization method or by using minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac. Either of it you can use and solve these two quadratic equations. By solving them, we get the roots as 1 by 2, 2 and 5 plus or minus I root 11 by 6. So the sixth degree equation has 6 roots, namely plus 1, minus 1, 1 by 2, 2, and 5 plus or minus I root 11 by 6. So in this manner, you can solve any degree equation And here you can see exercise 4D, where the roots are 3 times the roots are given. So it is 3 times. What are you going to do, children? You're going to put x by 3. If it is 2 times, in the place of x, we are going to put, yes, x by 2. If the roots are negative here, simply replace x by minus x. So if they are reciprocal roots, simply replace x by 1 by x. This is how you can solve exercise 4D problems of Roman 1. Now, if you look into Roman 2, here they are given as squares. You can just go back to the previous slides in the video and you can see how we have solved the squares of the roots, where we have split up the squares, I mean the even power separately and the odd power separately, then we have squared on both sides. Similarly, you can apply the same concept to find the equations whose roots are cubes of the roots of the equations. Then in Roman 3, you can see the translation of the equation by -2, -3. So if it is by -2, you have to divide by 2. Use the synthetic division, that is the easiest way to find. If it is -3, use +3. If it is +2, use -2. If it is +4, it is using -4. So thank you so much for giving this opportunity to me. Hope you have understood this. Go back to the previous sessions again and again, because this is one important chapter for you, not only in view of your intermediate classes, also it will be of great help in your further studies and in other subjects also. So thank you so much, and over to Deepa Madam. Deepa Madam.
Thank you so much, Ishwari ma'am. You have given a clear explanation about the transformation of equation and also the reciprocal. Children, there are many problems based on these two topics in your textbooks. Already a view has been given by Ishwari madam. Try to solve the problem on your own by seeing the video again and again, and make use of this webinar session. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Selja ma'am, we are done. Selja ma'am. Deepa ma'am, shall we call Selja ma'am?
కాల్ చేయండి మేడం, కానీ ఇంకా రికార్డింగ్ లోనే ఉంది.
అదే యా అంటే బహుశా ఇది
ఒక పని చేద్దాం, లీవ్ చేసేద్దాం, లీవ్ చేస్తే ఇది అయిపోతుంది.
ఓకే రైట్,
లీవ్ మీటింగ్ అంటే అయిపోతుంది.
ఓకే డన్.